Okay, here we have all the remotes that control my home theater, and you can only imagine how much clutter this brings to my setup. And if one of these goes missing, I'm screwed. But for the past couple of weeks, I've been testing this. This is the SofaBaton X2 Universal Remote Control. And this has been taking what was once my complex home theater setup and turning it into a seamless one-click experience. So before we get into all the specs, let me just show you how this works. Check this out. Right now on my TV, I'm on Netflix. But with one swipe of the X2, I just turned on my Xbox. Easy. But I want you to understand what just happened. The X2 switched the input on my TV, it switched the input on my soundbar, and then it turned on my Xbox. Now we're gonna switch to my Apple TV. Bam, there you go, same thing. But I want you to notice something. As I switched over to the Apple TV, it turned off my Xbox as well. If I wanted to go back to Netflix, it switches all the inputs and turns off my Apple TV. And that's just a taste of what the X2 can do. So let's talk about the remote. Now the remote, I'll be honest, it's a beautiful one-piece zinc alloy frame with a sandblasted fingerprint resistant finish. That's a lot of words, it's all marketing, but what does that mean? Well, not only will this become your only remote, but your only remote is not going to look like a greasy fingerprint magnet. That's what it means. Plus, you have this beautiful 2.4-inch HD touchscreen, and in my opinion, this adds that premium home theater look and feel to the X2. Now, here's the thing. The X2 lets you manage up to 49 devices simultaneously from this remote. It's also compatible with more than 6,000 brands and 500,000 devices. All of that connecting either through infrared, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and RF. Okay, so how does the X2 actually work? And how is it able to create these activities that I just showed you? Well, first let's take a look. First thing you want to do is connect your device remotes to your X2 setup. And as you can see here, I have my LG TV, my Nakamichi soundbar, Apple TV, Xbox, my Blu-ray player, and also my VC box. Now, once your devices are added to your X2, you can drill down for additional functions from your original remote that may not fit to the X2 physical button layout. So as an example, we'll go to the Nakamichi, and here we see all the buttons that it's normally on the remote itself, except I now have access to it through touchscreen. And to be honest with you, I really like that. Because again, with my Nakamichi remote, there's a lot of buttons here that could easily change my home theater settings. The volume for my left speaker, right speaker, up fire and drivers, right surround, you know what I'm saying? These could easily be changed just by someone messing around, just pressing a wrong button, and I'll never know. But if I get rid of this remote, I still have access to those buttons through the X2. Plus, I can even customize the names of the buttons so I can easily identify it for myself. But I'll say it again, more importantly for me, I'm reducing the chance of someone accidentally changing the settings that I don't want changed. And of course, I have the same option with other devices that I've installed on my remote. Now, once all your devices are installed, this is where I think it gets really fun. We can now start creating activities. Now, activities are essentially sequences that turn certain devices on or off, and then it sets your TV and sound system to the correct input. Now, this becomes huge, especially if all the inputs on your TV and your soundbar are used. Here's an example. We're gonna go to, oh, there it is, my SofaBaton app. And from here, this is where you add all your devices. You can see all the devices that I have on my app right here that immediately sends it and syncs it to my remote. But if I want to go to activity, here are my current activities, where I can hot switch or hot jump to Netflix, Prime Video, to my home screen, Xbox, switch to Panasonic, my DVD player, Apple TV, go to Live TV, or even my PS5. Now, for example, let's go ahead and I'll show you my Panasonic Blu-ray player. We'll start up sequence. And you'll see two groups essentially. You'll see that the power settings for my soundbar and my TV and the Blu-ray player, the Nakamichi will always stay on because that's the main system. It'll only turn off when I press the main power off button. Same thing with the LG. Since the LG and the soundbar are together, they'll turn off together and they'll turn on together. The only difference is, since the Blu-ray player is off, when we send a sequence on, it'll detect that it's off and it'll turn only the Blu-ray player on. If I want to switch to something else, it'll only turn the Blu-ray player off and go to the inputs or app that I programmed it to go. Now, here's something. This is the part where you're gonna actually, tinker a little around, because you'll see here that I have the order of firing the inputs. We have the LG switching first to the Blu-ray input. Then we have the Nakamichi switching to the Blu-ray input 1 second later and then turning on the Panasonic. And it's the same thing when you look through everything else. So as an example, with all my activities intact, I can switch to Prime Video. I can switch to my home for my TV. I can switch to the Xbox again. Okay, I can switch to my Nintendo Switch 2, but it doesn't connect to my Nintendo Switch 2. So as a quick thing, what I have here, it's switching the input for my TV and the input for my soundbar so I can activate the switch, and all I have to do is just turn it on. That's it. Same thing for my Panasonic Blu-ray player. I can turn that on. Apple TV, as you saw before, we can just switch to that. If I want to do my live TV, such as the antenna, I have it switched here as an activity where it jumps straight to that. Okay, and then I also have it switched to the inputs of my PS5, but I'll explain a little later. I was not able to connect this to my PS5 as far as turning the power on and off. Now, when you get your X2, you're gonna receive a couple of things. You're gonna get the remote, obviously. You're gonna get the hub, an IR repeater, and a charging dock for the remote. Now, this setup will give you maximum connection reliability. I can literally point this to the wall, and it's still gonna send a command to my hub. So no more of this at all. That is done with. And because of the hub and the IR repeater, you can also control devices throughout your home. Now, keep this in mind. The X2 is not limited to just home theater equipment. You can also control compatible lights. You can connect it to Google Assistant. You can even connect it to Alexa. All right, let me share my final thoughts with you, because you basically just want to see this thing works, and that's what it does. I would ultimately give you this warning when it comes to the X2. It's very, very easy to add the devices and clear away the remote clutter. That's a no-brainer right there. But again, my warning is, don't be surprised if you get a little addicted to constantly discovering new ways to optimize your home theater setup, like me. 2 weeks in, and I'm constantly tinkering. How can I make this simpler? How can I make this more efficient? What else can I get? And I'll even say this, it starts running through the back of my mind, what else can I add to my system that I don't have that would be cool to use with that? That's kind of dangerous, but I'm saying you kind of get that feeling from that. You can also map buttons almost anywhere on your X2 and create favorites using either the physical buttons or the touchscreen. And again, we have to put through the family test, right? Because it didn't take long for my 7-year-old daughter to learn how to swipe between Netflix and the Xbox. And again, I'm gonna double down on this. What a relief it was for me to not having to worry about, there we go, the settings of my home theater being changed. Okay, so those are the pros. Let's talk about the cons. First, some devices may not connect seamlessly. I was hoping I could replicate my Xbox setup to my PS5 like I mentioned earlier, but that didn't happen, even though the PS5 says it's available as an option. I don't know if I'm missing something, maybe I gotta keep testing it, but as of right now, this video, I haven't been able to connect it to my PS5 through Bluetooth. The same thing with my VC box. Instead of already having a device profile available, I had to manually teach the X2 how to control my VC box. So there you go. There are workarounds to getting everything going, but you're just gonna have to do, some manual setup. Another thing, and again, I have to be really honest here. While I love the look of the remote, it easily slips out of my hand, way too easily. I'll just be here and then it just slides right out. But that hasn't been too much of a major problem because most of the time the remote, I'm either just sliding my activities, navigating real quick, or turning it on and off, or changing the volume. But it's definitely not ergonomic. I prefer maybe an ergonomic design that actually sit comfortably in my hand. This is not ergonomic. It looks great, it functions great, but I would honestly have to say it's not the most comfortable thing in my hand. Okay, final thing, who is this for? Definitely someone who has a complicated home theater setup. TV, multiple devices connect to it. Soundbar, multiple devices connect to it. Other compatible things connected to it. This brings it all together in a one-click remote. That I like. If you're trying to create automatic activities or put all your remotes into one thing, this definitely works. So for the home theater enthusiast, I would definitely say this is the X2 is definitely worth looking into. There are you may come across some little hiccups every now and then, once in a while, but I would definitely say this is worth it. All right, guys, really hope this video helped you out. Take care. Bye. As always, I'll leave links in the description down below so you can pick up your own. Hey guys, do me a favor, if you like this video, leave a like. If you love it, subscribe and ding that notification so you can be notified for future videos as well. I'll see you next one. Take care. Bye.